Hi everyone, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com, and I am here with my year-end review for the channel for 2021, and what a year it was. In this particular vlog, I have a jam-packed lineup. I'm going to be sharing exactly how much money I made from having this YouTube channel. I am going to share my top 10 favorite Sewspire makes for the year. I'm going to share with you why I even have this channel and how my mission for the channel will change in 2022. I'm also going to share with you the full schedule for 2022. I have some new additions as well as some areas that I've streamlined. I'm going to share with you some of the benefits of becoming a Sewspire patron. I'm going to share with you my high and my low for 2021. And I am going to share with you my wish for the channel in 2022. So, before we get started, I am dying to know what is in your mug. I received some beautiful spot teas, they're called, for Christmas, and in mine I have ginger green tea. These are just adorable. It's the first I'd ever seen. They come in a little tiny triangular pyramid, and then the tea bag is inside, all wrapped up beautifully. So it's a great packaging, a fun shape, and they're delicious. Okay, so I'm sure you're very curious how much money an ordinary sewing YouTuber makes. And I'm happy to share this information with you because I want you to understand that YouTube is not by any means a get-rich-quick way to make a living, but at the same time, it's such a powerful platform. I feel this is the best way to demonstrate why I do what I do. Plus, I authentically love discussing business and numbers and encouraging other women to follow their passions. And I'm just incredibly grateful for this opportunity. So that's why I'm sharing these numbers, which I think will be very surprising to most of you. All right, let me give you some basic stats first. In 2021, we had 446,000 views on the Sewspire YouTube channel, which, wow, I am so grateful and so impressed, and thank you so much for spending any portion of your life with me creating. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we gained 3,300 subscribers. Welcome to the channel. I'm Andrea. I hope you know that by now. I'd like to invite you to join our Facebook group page. Introduce yourself. Tell us how you found Sewspire. Tell us what you like sewing. And please let me know where you are on your sewing journey. Okay, so Google, which is YouTube, paid me $2,337 in ad revenues. Okay, so those are the ads that you see in the videos. Whenever someone engages with one of those advertisements, then the YouTube creator gets a little bit of money. So that was for the whole year. Then I also have a Sewspire Patreon platform, and Patreon, if you're not familiar, is a platform where artists, creators can publish exclusive content or offer services and products and things like that to a select membership base. So the members subscribe by the month, and then the maker slash creator has that additional income too. Sometimes it's just a show of support. Sometimes it's an exchange for goods or services. And I'm going to talk more in this video about the benefits of being a Sewspire patron. I really try to give you way more than what you're paying for your monthly fee. So that's definitely something that you're going to want to stay tuned for if you're looking for a safe, intimate community of makers. I've got you covered. So my patrons, whom without really, I probably still would not be here, because we would have crossed over that threshold where the time and the expense of having a channel this big would have become too great without their support. So I could, like, for example, upgrade the computers and replace the machine and get better apps to help me with editing, and upgrade applications like Zoom and Canva and things like that that make my life as a YouTube creator so much easier. It really streamlines things, but all of those come with expenses. And then up until recently, I had the studio overhead. So the patrons of Sewspire really made all of that package possible. So to them, we really all owe a debt of gratitude. It's just a small percentage of this population really makes it available to a whole bunch of people. And I'll tell you more about the reasons why I think that they do that as well later. So my beautiful patrons made it possible for me to collect $6,773.11 in 2021. That money was used again to cover studio rent and buy a new computer, replace the machine, the materials, all the R&D apps and things like that. Then I launched the Etsy pattern shop also in 2021. And with the PDFs that I create for the projects, I was able to earn $2,753.08. So my total earnings as a result of this effort for this channel for 2021 total $11,863.19. So I'd love to know if that's more or less than you thought. And then I want to break it down for you what that really means. Like, I like to just, again, I'm a numbers girl, so I like to go right to how much do you make an hour? And we're going to be doing a lot of this Price is Right in 2022, because at the end of each project, I'm going to price the project out for you and give you some different scenarios. If you're keeping the bag, if you're giving the bag away, if you're selling the bag, so that we can all get better at valuing our time and creating more worth. All right. And you have to remember, when I up my game, it ups the whole. When you up your game, it ups the whole. So we all want to support each other, and we all want everyone to succeed, because when the whole is strong, we all benefit. And I really believe that. So that's why I always try to help whenever I can help, and share as much information as I can about what I do, because I know there's somebody out there who was me 5 years ago, wondering these very same things. So if you know that person, please share this video with them so that they can take this information and then save all that time and just do it a little better. Because again, when we better ourselves, it betters the whole, and it's totally worth it. So to break this down for you, let me get a little sip of tea here. And I want to thank my sweet friend, Michelle, who's also a maker and a Sewspire patron, for this amazing mug that she gifted me at our holiday gift exchange. I really like it, Michelle. I love how heavy it is, and I love how much it holds. I can put a double coffee in this beautiful mug. Okay, so on average, it takes me start to finish about 8 hours or a day to make one video. And I know that seems like a long time to end up with like 20 or 30 minutes of content, but the whole recording process is time consuming. Unless maybe you could save time if you don't show your face or you don't care what you look like. And, like, I salute those people, seriously, that don't have to worry about what they look like before they go on camera, or they don't care what their background looks like. I wish I could be so liberated, but I do try to be presentable and not have too big of a mess for you all. And just in general, I care about aesthetics. So I can't save that time, but wherever possible, I have streamlined the process with better apps, better technology, by prepping things, but still ends up to be about 8 hours per video to produce. So in 2021, I published 66 published videos, or 66 public videos, I should say. And there are, a few dozen more that are unpublished. And those are basically the content from my master classes, our Zoom discussions that we have in the Patreon community. And then a few other videos that I created just for different, very specific purposes. And maybe I shared the link on sewspire.com or something, but I didn't need it to necessarily go out to the whole YouTube community. So we'll just go with the 66 public videos in 2021. And then I hosted 4 master classes, which spanned out over 5 months. The first master class of the year went long because we did a collaborative design, and so we started another one right after that. So that's why it took 5 months. Normally, I try to keep the master classes to 4 in 4 months' time. So we basically meet once a week, and each master class has its kind of own flavor to it, or own purpose. And so those are very time consuming, but so rewarding, because every bag at the end of that is completely different. We learn so much, we grow, we have that friendship. So even though it is very time consuming, I still calculated that at the 8 hours, like each one of those. So in total, I had approximately 656 condensed hours of effort to earn that amount of money. So if you take the $11,863.19 and you divide it by the 656 hours of effort, I earned approximately $18 an hour, which, in my mind and my heart, is a fair exchange for the time, especially when you consider all the friends and connections and kindness that I received on top of that income. And I, of course, become a better sewer and a better human and all kinds of stuff as a result of this experience. So to me, it was a fair trade of time and effort for that $18 an hour. Now, what I want to say, if you think maybe that's not enough money, is what a wonderful addition, right? $11,000, just under $12,000, we'll say, would be to almost any family. And if you weren't able to work, or you already have a job and this is something you could fit into your schedule, say on weekends or evenings, right? That extra $12,000 could really make a huge difference in someone's life. So that's really why I share this information, because I see a lot of people who start their channels, they don't get very many views, they get discouraged easily, and then they kind of walk away from it. And so I've actually taught a couple courses on running a YouTube channel, and I'm gearing up to teach another one soon. And if this is something that you all are interested in, I may be able to put together like a one-day workshop for you, and we could do it on Zoom, and I could just do a big brain dump and share all my tips and tricks with you. So just let me know if that's something you are interested in. But basically, it breaks down to $18 an hour for doing something that I absolutely love to do. So again, thank you so much for making this possible. Earlier in the year, when we celebrated 50,000 subscribers, I shared my creative journey. I'll link to that video down in the comments if you're curious how it is that I even ended up here. So really, thank you so much. So my high and low for 2021 as it relates to Sewspire. I'm trying to keep this video positive, guys, because I know you need a distraction from the real world. I do. I know that. So we're not going to talk about you know what, or you know what, or you know what. There's been so much. I want to share with you my creative highs and lows. So my definite number one high for the year for 2021 as related to Sewspire was the 5-hour live YouTube sew along that we did in the summer. Like, seriously, who do you know that would be brave enough to go live 5 hours on YouTube? A million things could have gone wrong. And it wasn't just me. It's not like I was the only person. Some of you were live with me on YouTube, and I'll link to that 5-hour live sewing event just so you can verify down in the notes as well. That was such an amazing high. Like, I was so happy all day long. It was great. I really loved it. But it was absolutely exhausting for me, for everyone who was on the line. Like, just because it's so intense to be live and sewing. Like, it's not like we were live and chatting. We were live and sewing, and everybody was successful. The bags were amazing. That was a journey bag. We designed it together as a community, and then we sewed it live together. It was insane. I hope to do another one of those in 2022. I don't have it on the schedule because I would need to make sure that I have enough support staff to make that happen. And I would also want to have someone exclusively running the dashboard for me. This time I sewed, instructed, and ran the dashboard. I just had the girls helping me make sure nothing was going completely sideways in the chat. So I definitely need to get together like a little volunteer team if we're going to pull that off for 2022. And it seems like summer would be a nice time to do that. So you can look forward to that. Okay. My low for 2021, and it's still a low for me, was leaving that studio. I love that space so much. I don't want to cry here. I want to keep this video nice and happy. It was something I absolutely had to do, and there were a lot of reasons, and I just couldn't get a workaround. But gosh, I feel even though I tried to take it with me, I think some of my creative magic got left behind there. And I'm still trying to recreate that vibe here. And I do. I struggle every single day with that. And then right smack in the middle, right on time, was the 50,000 subscriber celebration, which coincided with my 50th birthday. So that was my kind of midpoint there, and you all rock. That was a lot of fun. For that event, we sewed the ultimate Craft Caddy, which happened to make my top 10 list. So I'll link to that as well down below. So the wish that I have for this channel in 2022, which you all can help me with, is I would like to double the subscribers between now and New Year's Eve 2022. So we have 1 year to double the subscribers. And then what I will do besides celebrate in a hot air balloon is I will give away my brand new sewing machine that I just got. I'm going to show you guys around that beautiful machine. It's a Janome Skyline S3. So if we can take this channel from 53,200 subscribers to 106,400 subscribers by December 31st, 2022, I will have a special live event and give away my Janome. I am going to sew on it for a year. I promise I will take amazing care of it for you. I will pay more attention to it than any other machine. I will not put any stickers on it, and I will try and keep it in perfect working order for you. I saved the box. I'll probably never use the foot pedal because I only like just the start and stop. So basically, I hope to be sending you a very like new machine, but I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need you to subscribe to the channel and share it. Share it in your Facebook groups. Share it with your creative friends, with your quilt guilds, in your other correspondence that you send out, right? Like, I think we really should be able to accomplish this in far less than a year, but that's the amount of time that I am going to give us, and I think it's super reasonable. And in exchange for your help, one of you is going to have a really awesome machine that I am going to get to know really well this year, and I'll be able to give you lots of insight into its functionality. I selected this particular machine because it has every feature that I would want as an experienced sewer. So I know it will be an upgrade for a lot of you. It has the automatic thread cutter, which is like a must-have. That's one of those things like heated seats. Until you have it, you don't know what you are missing. That's the number one feature. It has the needle up and needle down feature. It has the auto lock feature, so you don't get the ugly stitching on the back tack. It has the push button start stop, so you do not have to use a foot pedal. And then it has a bazillion stitches and some letters that it will do. And then my absolute other favorite feature is, because it has the push button start and stop, it has a speed lever that you can control the speed. And so I have been working on the Juki, you all know. And that's a powerhouse machine, like, right? Like, it's like your sew through anything, just straight stitch, 1 foot. It does have a walking foot, but it's like for power sewing, not really for precision. And since I've been quilting on the Janome, I have realized, how much fun it really is to have the big deck, the good light, and be able to really get that precision and have all the options of the feet and such. So having both is the best scenario, of course, but bottom line, this is an awesome machine, and whoever wins it is gonna love it. But we have to get to 106,400 Sewspire subscribers, and I will be so grateful for every single one of you. And I will do my very best to do my part here, creating awesome content for you that inspires you to create. But I need you all to help by subscribing yourself and sharing the channel with your creative friends, okay? So I know I can count on you, and I am really excited to see where we can go in 2022. Now, I'd love to tell you actually more about why I'm even still doing this. A lot of you know the reason I started the channel. I just had this lofty goal of teaching 10,000 people how to sew. And we think I've done that by now because we have 50,000 subscribers. We have more than 4 million views. So it's probably super safe to say that I have, in one way or another, taught 10,000 people how to sew. So I'm really proud of that accomplishment. But then I never really knew, where to go past that point. And so for a long time, I focused on building a community, and I was really successful at that as well with your help. We have an amazing creative community. We really do. And so I thought it was high time to refine the why. And I have a 3-part mission of why I'm even here still, I'll be 51 in February. Why am I giving my precious life and time and effort to this channel? And so I came up with 3 meaningful reasons, which I'd like to share with you. My first is to make sewing accessible and gratifying for anyone who has the desire to learn. It's really easy to make sewing hard, and it's really easy to make something you're not very proud of. So I want to make sewing fun and easy, and I want you to be proud of the things you make. So I want to be able to guarantee your success when you watch one of my videos or make one of my projects. 2, I want to inspire you to design and create pieces that are functional and beautiful. And that's really what I do over on the Sewspire Patreon page. Is I convey and teach and encourage people how to design their own bags and accessories and how to improve upon other people's designs. And again, that's that forward momentum. If someone takes one of my patterns and makes it better, yay. Yay, the whole is better. That's awesome. Number 3, I want to celebrate our collective creative genius in a safe and supportive atmosphere. And that's been one of my rules since day one. And that would be the number 1 piece of advice I would give to anybody who was thinking about starting a YouTube channel. You have to set safe boundaries for yourself and for everyone in your community. And we have a 0 tolerance, no drama here at Sewspire. We're going to be kind and we're going to be supportive. And that effort was hard in the beginning, but it has paid off big time for us because people know that that's the expectation. And then new people, and it's so much fun to watch new people come into our Zoom chats, and they just, self-profess, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I've never done this before, and it's not long, and they feel so loved and so connected. So if you are nervous about jumping on Zoom with a bunch of strangers, totally reasonable. You're safe here at Sewspire, I promise. So if you are thinking about joining the next masterclass in January, but you're hesitant about what you might find on Zoom, please reach out to me. Send me an email, Andrea@sewspire.com, and I will get you some of the behind the scenes footage, a little sample of what it's like to be part of that community so that we can put your fears to rest. But those are my 3 objectives or mission for Sewspire, and I'm going to carry that with me into 2022 when The schedule is going to change a little bit here. I announced earlier in the year I'm going back to school full time. I am aspiring to be a kindergarten teacher, and this just feels right all the way through my core. Like, I get so excited even thinking about it. I often find myself asking, how in the world did I not know this before? It feels that right. So I'm 1000% sure that that's what I should be doing with my life. So I'm going to, I have a little bit of time. I just want to graduate with a master's before Isabel graduates from high school. So, because that timing's right, I'll be an empty nester and I can pour all my heart into my little kids and the classroom and this career that I'm starting midlife. So, whew, that's a lot right there. But the schedule's going to change a little bit here. So what I have done is I've set up a Google Calendar for us, and I'm linking to that below so you can see the schedule as far out into 2022 as you like. One exception might be when I get my fall classes, which I have no idea what they'll be. I'm going to try and keep them on the same days that I have now so it doesn't mess anything up. But if that changes, I may have to tweak the fall, like August on just a bit, but the basic content will still be there, which will be comprised of quality over quantity for the tutorials, okay? Because it's not very rewarding to me to just put out massive amounts of tutorials, and it is, like I mentioned, super time consuming. It doesn't matter if it's an easy project or a difficult project, it somehow still seems to take 8 hours. So I really want to focus on quality bags specifically for 2022. So I'm committing to 11 quality bags, which will have the PDF tutorials to go with them. For the month of December, we'll do another fun holiday project. So that's why we don't have 12. Then I'm going to do new. In place of the vlog that I was doing on Fridays, I'm going to do 12 live Facebook studio chats, I'm calling them, okay? So I'll be live in the Facebook group. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Facebook group that I'm going to go live in, but it may end up being the Sewspire Facebook. I will clarify that before the first one for sure. But I'm going to do these studio chats. And so basically it's going to be like if you just wandered into my studio, whatever was going on will be going on. I might be sewing, I might be chatting, I might whatever, who knows. It'll be fun though. And there's going to be 12 of those. Then there are going to be 12 of the Zoom monthly Plan to Be Creative meetings. So we've been at this gosh, it's more than a year we've been meeting. I always forget. I think we started in the spring. So it's like possibly 18 months now that we've been meeting. And right now it's a very small, intimate group of women. And we set 3 creative goals for the month. And then we follow up. I track them. And then we follow up the next month. And we've been able to accomplish some pretty cool things with this system. So there's no penalty if you don't keep your goals, but what it does is it allows you to have some accountability, put a little bit of focus and thought into what you might want to accomplish, and then if things don't work out, you got the community that you can ask for inputs from, and then sometimes things do work out really well, and then we all benefit from your success and learning. So I want to invite everyone to participate in that this year. It's open to the greater Sewspire community. It is a Zoom thing. It's not recorded. We have a Facebook group page that is a private group page. You can join that, check out the goals first, and see if it's your cup of tea, so to speak. But we'd love to have you join us. That's something that I'm really passionate about, organizing, planning, and I am obsessive with planning, right? Like I have whiteboards and calendars and notes and planners. Like that is definitely my forte. So if you need advice on how to get more organized, we now have this great little group that has been committed now for a long period of time, and we're all here to support you in your creative endeavors. So that's a nice perk of being part of this community. It's completely free, and we chat for approximately 90 minutes on the first Tuesday of the month, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's all in the calendar as well. And that's what we're going to be doing on the broad Sewspire end. So 11 quality designs, 12 Facebook Live studio chats, and then the 12 plan to be creative chats. Then on the Patreon side, I have some new offerings as well that I want to tell you about. Okay, so I have added 2 more levels to the Patreon program so that it can be more accessible. I've added a $3 a month level, which I'm calling So Happy. And that's for anybody who has benefited from the content I've created, or believes in this mission that I'm on, or wants to support the effort. And that's $3 a month. And then if you pay for all 12 months at once, they'll take 15% off. So it works out to be somewhere around $30, and you can be a Sewspire patron. That's $30 for the year, and you can be a Sewspire patron. And it's just the $3 level is just a way for you to say thank you and support the effort. Then I have the original $5 Creative Genius level, which there are a significant amount of creative geniuses who are the original creative geniuses and were there to support me when I started the Patreon page like 3 years ago, I think. I meant to look up the date when I started that, but there's a lot of content over there. And so at the Creative Genius level, you have access to all the past archived content, plus you get an invitation to the 4 master classes, and new this year, 7 selfish sew-togethers. We're just going to make what we want to make, and we're going to sew it together. So a few weeks before the selfish sew together, we are going to have a poll, and you're going to vote in that if you're a Sewspire patron. And then we're going to make what the majority wants to make, and ideally you're going to keep that little treasure for yourself. They are an absolute blast. The sew togethers, we're actually sewing live. And it doesn't even have to be one of my patterns or designs that we make. Like we've done one in the past with the NCW, and that was a lot of fun. So I'm open to whatever the patrons want to do. We will make that. I know we'll probably dive into some garment sewing in that, possibly even some quilting. So there are 7 of those spanned out throughout 2022, and they're going to be a lot of fun. And then we have 2 gift exchanges. So we do one in the spring around Mother's Day, and this is all on the calendar for you guys if you're just curious and you want to see if it works with your schedule. And then we do one around Christmas time. And these are really special gift exchanges where you get a sewing sister, sewing brothers are welcome. We just haven't had any participate, but you're certainly welcome if you want. And you make a gift for them, you send it, they're not allowed to open it, we open it together. It's really is a lot of fun and very cool. So we have the 2 gift exchanges, the 7 selfish sew-togethers, and the 4 master classes. The first master class begins January 6th. It's a Thursday. It'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we are going to be doing a case study of designer handbags. Everybody's going to be bringing their personal collection of designer handbags. We're going to study the design elements of those. And then a few of us are going to actually dissect our designer handbag. So everybody will benefit from the collective experiment here. We're going to take very detailed notes. We're going to draft new and improved patterns and then make ourselves another version of that design. And this is specifically so that we can expand our awareness as a designer, get a better idea of the order of operations that we think these bags are made, the shapes that are used, the quality of the materials, and so forth. So it's a really unique experience. I've never done anything like that before, but I'm very excited for that. And I just feel it's going to be a wonderful learning opportunity. The other 3 AMCs will have their own flavor and be completely different. So if that's something that interests you, you will definitely want to sign up, become a patron at the $5 or up level, and you are in. There's no additional charge. You can even thrift your designer handbag, and you'll be all set to go. It's probably helpful if you have a sketchbook for that or some type of notebook. And then obviously you're going to need Zoom. It might be nice too if you have a smartphone, you could take pictures to screen share and such. But again, we can meet you wherever you are. I do record all the content too. So if you just want to join and then watch the recordings, that's another option for you as well. And then one of the nice things about being a Sewspire patron at any level is you get a complimentary copy of the PDF that accompanies the project. So that pretty much pays for any level of membership in the Patreon community by itself, just the PDFs, because all of my existing PDFs are already archived on the page, so you can scoop all of those, and you get the new ones for as long as you're a member. So that's what I mean when I say I try to give you so much more than what you're paying per month. And same thing applies at the $5 level. If you sign up for the whole year, you can save 15%. So that makes it even more affordable. And then the highest level that I offer is called the Collaborator, and that's $10. And we do have a significant amount of people in the $10 level as well. You don't necessarily get any more benefits at this moment in time, but it is a way for you to contribute more. And a lot of people have benefited and grown so much that they just really want to give at that level. And I'm so grateful for their support again, because I broke down the numbers for you, and it's just like even, right? So you know that it costs a lot of money to sew, and we're really going to know how much money it costs to sew this year when I'm pricing out all the projects as well. So you can get in at $3, $5, or $10. $3 is just really to contribute to the cause. $5 gets you everything, and $10 gets you everything as well. So if you have any questions about that, again, my email is andrea@sewspire.com. I'd love to answer your questions about our Patreon community. And then last but not least, to wrap up the Sewspire 2021 year in review, I would like to announce my personal top 10 favorite projects for the year, and I'm going to start with number 10. And I have created a playlist for all of these. So many of them have multiple videos, so the playlist will be very useful for you, so you don't have to search and put all the parts together. So number 10 was the Dynamite duffel bag. I'm really proud of that design because I finally closed in the sides and there was no gap. It's a great size. It's perfect for the gym or like really short day trips. So I love that design, and I would definitely like to make another one of those. Number 9 was the Ultimate Craft Tote. This particular bag has been in my collection for many, many years. I made oodles of them, but it was fun to make with you all in celebration of 50,000 subscribers. Number 8 was the All Aboard bag. This bag is so different than anything I've ever done. It was part of my AMC 8, I believe. So if you become a patron, all of that content and the pattern is archived on the Patreon page. But that bag, again, it's like a sling bag. It had a side zipper. I've never done anything like it before. And a lot of the Sewspire patrons tell me that was one of their favorite bags as well. Number 7, which was also part of an AMC masterclass, was the Trimazing wallet. I did do a little short tutorial on that, and I have a PDF that you could purchase if you're interested in that. Watch the intro video and see if you even like the design. That was a crazy experience. That AMC spanned out over 8 weeks. We collaborated together. It was like, I don't know, 15 of us, and designed with the Sewspire community's help this wallet. And then we wrote the pattern, and they really left no detail unnoted in that wallet, but it went on for a long time, that effort. And again, that was one of those things that was so time consuming. I would love to do it again, but I just don't know when. So that was number 7. We actually started that project in 2020 and it didn't finish until 2021. So that's how it got on the list. Number 6 was the Follow Your Heart tote, which was made around Valentine's Day, and it's just a sweet little bag. And number 5, the Ultimate Zip Top Diaper bag. Again, this is one of the bags that I made and sold oodles and oodles of. It's a fabulous design. I would consider it like my signature design. And I went all out and showed you guys everything I know about making a beautiful diaper bag. So I've got those videos for you. I also have a PDF for that if you're interested. I'll put the link to my Etsy pattern shop in the comments as well. Or not comments, but in the notes. Number 4 was the large camera bag. I made a lot of camera bags and sold them too, but the fabric for that bag really captured my heart. And I still have that bag in use. I have all my awesome camera equipment in that. That's a great project and gift for any photographer in your life. They'll love that bag. I personally love photography, and I designed that bag to meet my needs as a photographer. So, and again, I sold hundreds of those. So I got a lot of feedback on the design, and it is stellar. I'm really proud of that bag. Number 3, the 16 pocket beach bag. That's a beautiful bag. So fun, so perfect for the beach. I never got to take it to the beach. I use it to carry my sewing machine in. It's a great sewing machine bag as well. We do have a beach vacation scheduled for April, and that bag will finally make its way to the beach. But in the meantime, if you would like to check out that tutorial, make yourself one, either to take to the beach or put your sewing machine in, I've got that for you. Number 2, the Journey bag, which was the 5-hour sew along. Plus there was like a month of designing. That particular project has oodles of videos as well, so it's all in the playlist for you. But it was a beautiful bag, which you all designed and named, so it's special to me. And my number 1 all-time 2021 favorite bag, the Autumn Tote. Just beautiful, sleek, gorgeous bag. And I had a lot of fun making it, and I love the colors and the finished details, with the exception of the crooked feet. But gorgeous bags. So those are my top 10 favorite projects for 2021. I've given you an overview of the schedule for 2022. I've hopefully shed some light on how much money comes with this gig, maybe even inspired you to start your own channel. If so, let me know. And I hope above all else, I have properly expressed my gratitude to each and every single one of you. You have truly changed my life for the better, and I hope you can say the same. that you have learned and grown as a maker and a creator as a result of my efforts. So please know, until we meet again, the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. I wish each and every one of you a happy, safe, and prosperous 2022. I'll see you next year.